New podcast in the description. Should we be worried about the Golden State Warriors at all? Are they showing a little bit of vulnerability? And then Jumanji with Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, as well as The Post with Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. So in our very first practice, it seems that the second unit already knows, or actually the starters, I should say, know not to defend Josh Jackson. He actually made the shot, though, which is beautiful, and if he wants to keep on doing that, that'll be great. Who knows if that's actually going to happen. We had to change arenas because our gym that we were practicing in had a leak in the ceiling. Hopefully they'll fix that by game time. That's a really bad joke, but we're going to roll with it. Devin Booker is going to be doing a lot of stuff in this offense. He's going to be dribbling the ball. He's going to be moving off of screens. He's going to be getting his Steph Curry on, basically. I'm not going to have just this motionless thing where I just ask him to run a million pick and rolls. He will be in pick and rolls, but I want him to just be a constant threat for the defense, and they don't know what to do with him because he's always in part of different sets. TJ Warren, similar. I have found some plays to get him some mid-range jumpers. I'm telling you, we're going to embrace that side of TJ Warren, and hopefully he can develop some other abilities as we go along as well. But I do think he can be a decent enough scorer for us. Elfrid Payton should have himself some pick and rolls if I can't find a play for Devin Booker or TJ Warren in the starting lineup. If we get to the second unit, first there's Troy Daniels, who's actually the closet MVP of this team because he's the only dude besides Devin Booker who can actually make some shots, as we're going to see in this first game coming up. But speaking of Devin Booker, some really bad defense on Troy Daniels on this play in practice. Come on, man, I know you're the star, but you have to defend as well. As for the rest of the guys on the bench, Josh Jackson, just kind of figure it out. He doesn't have a distinct offensive ability right now, but he can put the ball on the floor a bit, and I think he can attack, close out, do stuff in transition, maybe even be a bit of a cutter if only 2K's cut plays weren't horrible, so we'll figure it out with him. Let's talk about Alex Len for a moment. He can rebound, and I think he can do some stuff around the basket, but his offensive game is pretty much non-existent besides finishing around the rim, and his athleticism is kind of whatever. That doesn't mean I'm completely done with him, but the interesting thing here is Marquise Chris, and I personally think Chris is more of a center than a power forward because he's just not that skilled in terms of ball handling and shooting. So we're going to have to come to some sort of a decision with him and Alex Len at some point. I mean, Len's contract is up after this season, so other teams might determine that for us depending on potential offers he may receive. We'll see Marquise Chris for the rest of this season. I don't know what's really going to happen there. But anyway, it's an actual game, and I knocked it down to 8-minute quarters, but I do play an entire game of 2K, which is the first time I've done that in a while. We see in the very first possession here, Dragan Bender, he just got out-physicaled by Tobias Harris. I mean, I said that in the first video. I said, Bender physically, I don't know if he's all the way ready for the NBA. I have to have him in there because we need some shooting next to Devin Booker, but that was a rough one. Can Booker get his first points early on? He's being defended by Lou Williams, so I have to think it's not going to be that difficult. And when we got by the initial dude, but then Tyson Chandler chilling around the basket meant that DeAndre could just protect the rim, and I mean, okay, DeAndre Jordan's a good defensive center. That's a fine play if you ask me. Normal stuff. Dragan Bender was open for a three-pointer a second ago, but we still get a bucket anyway. Devin Booker getting his first points of the game, and if he doesn't score, we have no chance at all. I thought I was going to get a layup there with TJ Warren, but 2K wanted me to shoot a pull-up jumper. So basically no way we're going to score there, and we leave Teodosic open. Is his name? I'm pretty sure it's Teodosic, but I heard someone say Teodosic way earlier on, and that sounds way more cooler if I can use redundant English, but whatever. That was a horrible release by me. I was not ready for Bender's release whatsoever, but then I corrected myself pretty quickly. Tyson Chandler padding the stats a little bit with a rebound and an assist, so good for him. Tobias Harris being defended by Bender. I think he can grow into a pretty good on-ball defensive player, Dragan Bender. But it's time to end the series. Okay, the series is over because DeAndre Jordan just reverse dunked on Tyson Chandler and Bender. That was nasty, man. Is that a sign of things to come? We're already down 7 points. Well, I'm trying to get Devin Booker going a little bit more. And that's one of the plays we have featured for him to get an open three-pointer, but Austin Rivers played some decent defense. And Austin Rivers is apparently the greatest defender in the history of the NBA, as he just put a complete brick wall on Devin Booker. Bender was open in the corner. I didn't see him until I saw the footage here. It's tough to see stuff in the heat of the moment sometimes, okay? Anyway, Austin Rivers open for 3. Luckily, he missed. And I thought they were going to get the offensive rebound there, Montrezl Harrell. Not Montrezl, because he never loses. I think that's a real thing that I heard once. Can I score with Booker here? Listen, Devin Booker's having kind of a rough quarter, okay? He's missed some shots, he had a turnover, and I could have got on the ball there. I was a second too late, and now I don't know what the hell I'm doing, alright? It's realistic. The Suns aren't good, and I suddenly don't know what I'm doing with our playbook, so there you go for you. Anyway, there's a chance that this could dissolve into a blowout very quickly. Hopefully it doesn't. Devin Booker's still in the game because, I don't know, I figured I could get away with it for a little bit longer. Move him to small forward, have him and Troy Daniels out there. Wasn't open for the initial shot, so we have to figure something out of nothing. Josh Jackson makes a 3-pointer. Now that is something. And I'll tell you right now, Josh Jackson, he does some things in this game that intrigue me. Devin Booker sucks right now. It's time to trade him. Trade him. Well, I can't trade him now because the trade deadline passed. Listen, if we traded him, then we might as well just not even start the series at all, right? Tobias Harris, it's a turnaround. Our offense is struggling. They're making some tough shots. Suddenly, it's a 13-point game. These are the Phoenix Suns, after all. A team that has won 18 games in real life, so we shouldn't freak out if we lose because this is kind of what's supposed to happen. As long as we show some good signs in the process, I think I'm okay with that. And I would say that's a good sign. Marquise Chris finishing, and then Josh Jackson making a play, going off the dribble. Now, Devin Booker, that's a makeable shot for him. He just can't buy anything right now, man. If Devin Booker's not going to score, we have no chance of winning whatsoever. Shout out to Avery Bradley. Did not get traded at the deadline, and now it's a 16-point game. And I'm pretty sure the Clippers go through a run here where they just rain threes like it's nothing. That's not a bad contest from Elfrid Payton, and it didn't matter. I mean, this is, should we really be shocked by what is happening right now? Maybe a little. I don't know. We can't even pass the ball around the perimeter correctly, but we have to persevere. We have to find good signs in this team, and my God, I got Elfrid Payton and Marquise Chris spacing the floor. This is a disaster. Devin Booker, save us from ourselves. I mean, not a horrible shot given the situation, right? Anyway, how are the Clippers going to rain it down on us now? Oh, look at that, a DeAndre Jordan alley-oop. Ooh boy, alright, we're not going to win this game. That does not mean we still can't do some stuff. Troy Daniels, I like what I'm seeing out of him, because he can shoot, and I really needed a guy who can shoot. There were multiple times in this game where I was like, oh my God, we have 2 guys on the entire team who can hit from outside. We basically have 3. We got Bender, Devin Booker, and then Troy Daniels. Dragan Bender's feeling it a little bit. He missed that 1-3 before because I just didn't know the release. But now, 2 in a row or something? Well, he missed one in the corner earlier on, but still, 2 3-pointers for Bender I think is a good sign. Now, Devin Booker in transition, one-on-one with Teodosic should be a good thing, but 2K did it to me again where I thought I was going to get a layup and I ended up getting a pull-up jumper. And then Tobias Harris is feeling himself a lot, and that's just what happens when you're facing the Phoenix Suns, man. I feel like the moment we step into the arena, the other team's offensive awareness just shoots up by like 25 points. I have no idea what this play is. I think it's a mid-range jumper play for TJ Warren. That's exactly what it is. That doesn't work out. I'm pretty okay with that shot with Booker. Is Lou going to make me pay for it on the other end? That's exactly what he does. They're just hitting every single 3-pointer in the gym right now, man. It's a 21-point game. You know what? We're the type of team where we can be so bad that you have to actually think about the difference in score. Like, does anybody else have that where sometimes NBA games, it's a blowout by like 16 points, but it looks like it's a blowout by 1,000,000 points? And you have to run the math in your head real quick? We're that type of team right now, okay? So mathematicians, they must love the Phoenix Suns. What the hell am I talking about at this point? Josh Jackson's got an opportunity. That was pretty good. Josh Jackson's having a good game, It's a complete just meltdown around him. But him particularly, he's doing pretty alright if you ask me. Troy Daniels, alright. see, we got some good signs going. Drazen Bender's making threes, Josh Jackson's doing some stuff, and Troy Daniels is doing stuff as well. So you know what? Even if we're going to lose by a bunch of points, I think I will accept good signs, you know? We must remember where we are. I mean, we want to get like the top pick in the draft here, so losing is good. Or maybe I'm just trying to rationalize how I got my ass kicked by the Clippers in this game of 2K. I really don't know. Also, because sliders were such a hot topic in the last MyGM, this was honestly just all-star, regular, and it felt good. I don't know why it felt good. Maybe it's because we're just such a worse team than those Knicks were. Maybe it's because the 2K update to sliders actually applied itself because I reset the save, if you will, because I made a new series. I don't know. But it actually, I mean, clearly it felt more difficult because we got destroyed, but I don't know, it felt better, you know? Anyway, Josh Jackson can't miss from around the basket, so that's good. And then he steals it for Montrezl Harrell, goes down the other way. I mean, the Sean Marion comparison is real right now. I don't know if Josh Jackson will ever be the rebounder that Marion was, but, you know, the defense and finishing is looking good. Anyway, you know we're going to lose this game, so the last 6 minutes is entirely dedicated to getting Devin Booker his points to make up for every shot that he missed in the first half. Now, I do have to show the Clippers a little bit because, I don't know, to remind you that we can't play defense at all and we were constantly leaving shooters open the moment that the offense did anything. See, Devin Booker's coming alive now, okay? He's finishing over DeAndre Jordan, whereas before, Jordan was making him miss. So, I mean, it's the Devin Booker show at this point. There was a lineup that I want to run with that I didn't get a chance to really go with in this one. Or maybe I try it at the end here. You'll notice we have a lot of shooters in the game now. We have Devin Booker at point guard, Jared Dudley's in there at power forward because he's kind of a three-point shooter, Drazen Bender at center, the only one non-shooter is Josh Jackson. This could be a lineup that we do some stuff with. Now, defensively, Jared Dudley's older, Devin Booker is, he's okay. Troy Daniels isn't very good, Drazen Bender might be too weak. Actually, I went with Tyson Chandler now at center, but this is like a minute left. But that could be something, at least offensively, because we have a lot of shooting. I mean, there you go, okay? We got beat pretty good, but I think there were some good signs in the process. Devin Booker missed some shots that he can make. So to be honest, might not have been that bad of a performance anyway, or it was really bad, and I mean, there's the expression right there. It's a long journey, this Phoenix Suns MyGM, but you know what? I think we saw some things to be excited about in this one, mainly from Josh Jackson, whose plus-minus was significantly better than everybody else's, but Drazen Bender also got his three-pointers on a little bit, going 3 for 8. And Devin Booker, I mean, it was rough, okay? 8 for 20, 4 turnovers. We'll be fine. Once again, new pod. Are the Warriors showing their first sign of vulnerability in basically ever since they got Kevin Durant? And then Jumanji in the post. And actually, because I was so late to announce the last podcast, the one before this present one, there might actually be 2 new ones in there for people who didn't know that I uploaded one before this, so I guess that's cool.